Hi, this is Paul again, and looking at you, and you're looking at me, and here we go. We were having a huddle this morning at 7:30 Mountain Time. If you're welcome to join us at any time you want, you're just email me or text me your contact information. I'll be happy to include you. And we were talking about secrets of the ultra productive people. This is from Rob Dance at robdance.com. Robdance.com. He created a cheat sheet of 16 different secrets of highly productive people. And I'm going to just go through those with you and maybe comment a little bit on each one. I think it's really important to remind you if you're tuning into this podcast or talk, none of this is going to be new to you. It's just a gentle reminder to be productive because being productive will enable you to be having fun, which leads us to a question: why do you even have a job? Why do you even have a business? Why do you even work in the world? Well, the truth is that work is not the most important thing. Work is a way that you can fund your lifestyle. Yeah. Hopefully, you are working in a way that is not even work. If you can find your stroke, if you're working in your genius, we've talked about genius before. If you are working in your genius, you'll never have to work, because working in your genius is what you were built to do. You were built to be in your genius. And if you're in your genius, your why operating system, you'll never have to work a day in your life. Yeah, I know you call it work. But if you're in your genius, 80% of the time, what you got going on is absolutely marvelous. And in fact, if you didn't have to get money to live, you might even do what you're doing if you're in your genius for free. But no, you don't want to do that unless you're retired and you're independently wealthy. So here they are. Number one, ultra productive people delegate. I like to say you need to delegate, automate, or eliminate. Everything else is yours. So if you're in the workaday world, you need to be figuring out how to best use your time. And part of that best use of your time is delegating. Let somebody else do what you want to do or get done. And chances are they may even be better at it than you are. If you got the right team member doing it, that's a really, really important thing to do. Delegate as much as you possibly can, as much as you feel comfortable. I've got stories, my own stories about delegation. It's hard to do sometimes. You can't delegate responsibility, but you can delegate authority. And so figure out a way to do that. Do it hard. In fact, he says identify strengths and then delegate the rest. Identify strengths. You know your strengths. We can talk about the SWOT at some future date, but delegate. Number two, they protect their flow. They don't let email and social interrupt their schedule. It's your flow. One of the things that my mentor, Larry Kendall, says is start your day off with at least an hour to hour and a half of work before you open the emails. As soon as you open emails and even texts for that matter, you're working on somebody else's priority, not your own. So do your due by protecting your flow. I think that's a great advice. Not email for 2 hours? Try it. I think a lot of us are addicted to email. So try to figure out a way that you're not quite as focused on email and more focused on you, because it's your business, not their business. As soon as they email you, it's their business. Number three, they are epic note takers. If you're ever in a situation where you are listening, and probably a lot, you need to be taking notes, because the next one, number four, is they follow the 80/20 rule. If you're doing what you need to be doing, you're listening 80% of the time and then talking 20% of the time. And most of the time you're talking, you're going to be asking questions as a follow up to what they just got through saying. So being engaged, note taking, and doing the 80/20 rule. If you're familiar with 80/20, It's not a big deal. You understand it. If you're not familiar with 80/20, it's a quick way to say Pareto's principle. Pareto said that you use 80% 20% of the time and 20% 80% of the time. Let me give you, for instance, look at your closet of clothes. You use 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. That means that 80% of your clothes in your closet you rarely use. So 80/20, 80/20. I like this thing too, where 20% of your contacts during the day are going to give you 80% of the business. The challenge is figuring out which 20% that is that's going to give you 80% of the business. And in fact, it may be more like 90/10. 1 or 10% of what you do today is going to give you 90% of your energy, of your focus, of your financial remuneration. So go figure that one out. Number 5, they touch things only once. If something will take less than 10 minutes to complete, do it immediately. Otherwise, put it on the table to do later. My daughter, Wilson, came up with a really cute word. We were talking about delegate, automate, eliminate. And she came up with a fourth word in that same context of tableate, meaning get it on the table, but don't do it right now. Just hold on and do it when you have time. Touching things just once will save you a boatload of time. It really will. Number 6, they leave work on time. There will always be more to do. Time block your priorities and end the day guilt-free. That's going to be easier said than done. I got it. But if you could move toward that as a goal for you, I think that'd be very, very helpful for not only for your mental health, but also for your family health. Number 7, they learn from every mistake. Don't dwell on failures. Use them as fuel to strengthen your processes. It's a really relegate example. You know, one of the biggest mistakers of all time is Thomas Edison. He found out so many different ways that electricity wouldn't work, but he ultimately found out the way it would work. So sometimes you need to fail forward to get things done. And number 8 on this list is they focus on energy, not time. Maximize energy, food, sleep, fitness, and your core energy, and take breaks throughout the day. Good advice, too. Well, that's the first 8. I'm going to break this off now and just say those are some really, really important things. Being productive is not accidental. Being focused is not accidental. And if you're going to be productive, and if you're going to be successful, and if you're going to be accomplished, you need to be really focused. And those first 8 things are really, really valuable. I'm going to cover the second 8 in an upcoming video for you. I hope you've taken these to heart. I hope you understand these better now. You may want to check out robdance.com to see more fully what he's got going on. And if you need more information about your life career, you can call me at 505-252-1224, or you can email me at paul@wilsonabq.com. I'll be happy to talk with you about your career, about your life, about what's going on, and see if one of my programs, ongoing programs, might work for you so that you can figure out who you are, where you are, and where you're going. It's not that you don't know who you are. My guess is you probably can articulate who you are. In my program, you'll be able to articulate who you are. It's really great. My website is You Be Your Own Boss, youbeyourownboss.com. I'll give you a little bit more information about some of the programs we have. Love to be able to visit with you. Thank you very much for the contact. My name is Paul Wilson. I'm the Why Doctor, and I want to help you find your genius. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll be together real soon. Thanks.